Nick, your senior year as a quarterback at Naperville Central, the team went on to play Waubonsie, Neuqua Valley, and Naperville North. No Naperville area school had ever played all three teams in the season, and you guys got victories in all three of those games. What was that experience like?
It was actually an experience that we ended up labeling the trifecta because we beat all three of the Naperville teams, and we're the first team to ever do that. So Coach Stein got pretty excited about that, named it the trifecta. We turned into this whole thing, so it was pretty exciting to be able to beat all three of the teams and be the first team to do that.
And talk about the way the trifecta started. You guys had a home game, but you were playing at Benedictine, taking on Waubonsie, and that was a close game, went all the way down to the wire. I believe you guys won by 8 points, but they had the ball and they had a chance to score towards the end.
You know, that was kind of our season right there, and we were the road warriors, and we had to go. We went into the season knowing that we were going to have pretty much all road games except for our homecoming game, and then we were lucky enough to get a playoff game at home too, at one of the last games of the season.
You guys had another game against Neuqua Valley. It was a home game played at North Central College at Benedetti Worley Stadium, and this was not your typical Friday night football game. They had HD cameras coming in. They had a big camera crew filming a Kenny Chesney music video. Sean Payton, the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, was there. He used to be a quarterback at Naperville Central. All of this going on at Benedetti Worley Stadium. You guys going to halftime down 17-0. It's time to talk about that night.
You know, it was really overall just a crazy day, and we were filming music videos down in the locker room before the game started, and you know there was tons of distractions. We had this huge walk that we went down to the stadium with the whole camera crew and stuff, and you know I think maybe early in the game you could have said it could have distracted us. Obviously we were down 17-0 at half, but you know that was kind of what we like to do. We like to have comebacks like that, and you know we had a lot of games that came down to the wire, and. Well, I think that game for me, and just me as a quarterback, I think that was very important for me to have a comeback like that. I really never had a comeback like that. I think most of the games, being a quarterback at Central, I've either been up by a lot or I've been down by a lot, and I really haven't shown that I can come back like that. And I think that was good for our team and for me to show that we could come back like that. And it was a really fun game, and coming out victorious, it was just awesome.
Another big win was the win against Naperville North, the Crosstown Classic. And Naperville North had kind of held the edge the last couple of years. Last time Naperville Central won that game was in 2006. In that game, you had one passing touchdown and one rushing touchdown. Kind of sums up your career right there. As a quarterback, do you feel like you were better suited throwing the ball or tucking it and running it?
You know, overall in my football career, I kind of think I labeled myself as a runner, but as I got into this passing offense with Coach Stein, you know, I really became a lot more comfortable with the passing game. And my quarterback coach, Coach Rex, really did a good job working with my feet and my eyes and everything, and just kind of turning me into more of an overall quarterback instead of just a running quarterback, which is kind of what I label myself as a freshman and sophomore, whereas I didn't really understand the passing game as much as I do now.
In that crosstown rivalry game, just talk about that environment right there. I mean, you grew up with most of those kids in District 203. To get all of them in one setting right there, for you guys to come out on top as a senior.
You know, that game right there, coming down to the wire, was kind of the story of our season. We had so many games that came down to the last play. I think we had 4 or 5 games that actually came down to the last play until time expired. And the thing that was cool for me is I actually went to Kennedy Junior High School, which is the only junior high in Naperville that splits off half north, half central. So I really knew a lot of the kids that I was playing against, and it's always fun to go up against some of your friends. You know, you talk a little smack before the game starts, but you know, once the game starts, adrenaline really takes over a lot for that game, just because of the crosstown rivalry.
You've been through some really kind of neat, memorable moments with your time at Naperville Central. Being a 3-sport athlete, did you ever think maybe, I'm going to quit basketball and just focus on baseball, or I'm going to quit baseball and just focus on football? Did that thought ever go through your mind?
You know, not really. A lot of it came with my parents. They told me that you know, I really didn't have to choose a sport, and you know, as long as I was enjoying what I was doing, that I should definitely stick with 3 sports. You know, actually growing up in junior high, basketball was probably my favorite sport, and I kind of always wanted to play college basketball, but then as I got older, guys kind of caught up to me, so I wasn't as good as I used to be. But you know, I figured as long as I was enjoying it, why not stick with it? And being pulled up as a sophomore for basketball, I kind of figured I can't really quit after this. I mean, I think Kramer would have been a little upset with me if I had quit after that sophomore year being pulled up.
played with Drew Crawford, who's now at Northwestern playing basketball for the Wildcats. He led you guys to a DVC championship your sophomore year, and then again when you were a junior, you guys ended up going to the sectional championship game with Neuqua Valley that year. I don't know if we've been a part of many more exciting kind of events than that packed Oswego East gym with Neuqua against Naperville Central. Just kind of take us through that
game. It was an awesome environment. Better than ever, we got to play against Neuqua Valley, which is even cooler. I mean, two Naperville teams playing for a sectional championship. And, you know, we matched up against a good team. The gym was crowded. Every seat that was filled that could have been filled was filled. And, you know, just going to that game was really fun. We can't pull it short, but it was definitely one of the better sports environments I've been in my entire life. In the second half, you just kind of saw Dwayne Evans take over, and that just kind of typifies the kind of player he is. You know, I've been playing against him for a long time growing up. He played for Bolingbrook and Rising Stars, which are two teams we always played against in basketball. And, you know, he's pretty much always been like that, so it was nothing new for me to see Dwayne take over a game like he did against us.
Quick baseman, Nick, Linne.
Let's move on to the baseball field now. In 2006, Naperville Central won a state championship. Bill Seipel won his first sectional title, and he's been at the school for over 25 years now. Last year, you guys won a sectional championship and lost, and I believe it was the final 8 round. But in that sectional championship game versus Providence, you guys believe the score was tied 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out! Yeah!
You know, it was nothing new for us to watch Pat Kaminska step up in that game. Obviously, we're usually used to seeing him step as a pitcher, but, you know, he goes up to bat, hits a home run for us, and, you know, that just kind of shows the kind of career that he's had at Naperville Central. And, you know, he was a huge part of our team for 4 years. He was on varsity for all 4 years of high school. I've actually known Seipel for a long time, and he's a great coach. And, you know, this year I think we have a pretty good team going into the season, and I think we have a pretty good shot for a state championship. And, you know, he's kind of getting near the end of his career, I think, and, you know, it'd be nice to have him go out with the state championship again.